Hi Aquarius, welcome back. So Aquarius, this is going to be your August you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person that you may be connecting with during this time frame. Keep in mind that it's a general read, so it can be interchangeable, all right? And it could be intimate or platonic. So Aquarius, let's go ahead and get started and see what you can expect for the first few weeks in August, all right? So, shared energy is the North Node of Destiny, which this card actually reminds me of Aquarian energy. Okay, so I like that this is coming out as the shared energy. This is all about, you know, being in your own space, Aquarius, being okay with who you are and where you're at, and being authentic to that, okay? This is also about learning curves, our spirituality, our soul tribe, you know, our purpose, our fulfillment, and developing along the way, okay? So this might be a time period where you find yourself wanting to hone in on some skills or develop yourself maybe a little bit further than you have been in the past. So this also talks about destiny. All right, so may have some destined events, so to speak, during this time frame. So let's go ahead and get into it, Aquarius. So your overall supporting energy for my Aquarius. Overall supporting energy. Whoa, okay. All right. So you have the Queen of Cups here, Aquarius, and then the King of Wands in your overall supporting energy here. So this is a really interesting dynamic, and it's showing up in your energy. So this is all you. This is like pulling out your very sensitive, empathetic, nurturing type of energy, but also, you know, owning who you are, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily being a pushover, not being wishy-washy. So it's this mixture, Aquarius, of being soft, but also being heard, you know, of being empathetic, but also knowing where your boundaries are, you know what I'm saying? So I think that sometimes when people are, seem to be like very sensitive or easy to forgive or empathetic, people tend to think that that's something they can manipulate. But Aquarius, you know, you can tell them, don't get it twisted. You know, you got, yes, you have emotions. Yes, you have the capacity to be sensitive, but you're nobody's plaything, you know, and you're not, you're aware of your power, Aquarius. So, you know, you will assert those boundaries if you need to, but I think you're trying to do it in a healthy way, okay? In a way that's sensitive to everyone, or to at least yourself, you know? So this person's energy over here is endings and the past. So 10 of Swords and Judgment here. So Aquarius, this person may have some endings going on, or just some things that they need to put an end to, or maybe need closure with, okay? And that may have to deal with the past. Decisions that were made in the past, past hurts, past betrayals, something that they're carrying with them into their future energy, Aquarius. So the person that you're connecting with may be inadvertently, you know, carrying past issues into the new energy and even into the future energy, because they're somewhat still emotionally fixated there, all right, to some degree or not. So let's see what's going on here and get a little more specific. So now I'm going to go into the recent past energy, Aquarius, and then I'm going to go into perception, how you feel about each other, your hopes, and the likely possible future outcome. So let's go ahead and get it started. And give me just 1 second. Sorry about that. My camera angle is crooked and it was driving me crazy. So let's go into the recent past, Aquarius. All right, I wanted 3 cards, and I see 1, 2 that flipped, and then these that fell out. So It's been about, enlightenment, honestly, with the Hanged Man here, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. This is getting back in touch with things that make you feel practical and grounded, but yet passionate and intense. Really tapping into feeling happy again, feeling connected, feeling optimistic, looking to your future. And it's really being driven from a place of desire. And sometimes desire has a negative connotation with it, right? As human beings, we like to give everything good and bad labels. But desire is actually a good emotion to have because it's saying you're wanting for more, and more is in your future, and it also is future forward thinking, which I actually saw in the live weekly reading that I did on Sunday, that it was all future forward beginning this week, and now I see it's going into August. So it's like, yeah, you have gained some new perspectives in the past and started kind of planting your seeds of what you want to cultivate, and really not just planting them, but caring for them. Like I'm literally seeing someone speak to a plant. Not saying that you're speaking to plants, Aquarius, although it does help them. But some of you may be, but you know what I'm saying? Like speaking it into existence, putting your energy around what it is that you're wanting to create, whether it's career goals or the way you feel about yourself or relationships, putting that time there to help it grow, what has been really important for you. Now, coming into August, though, there is still some back and forth here, all right? Some of you may have multiple priorities that you're juggling, or you might get into this space of uncertainty again, Aquarius, if you're not careful. So we will look into that further, absolutely, and see. So let's see what this person's recent past energy is over here, Aquarius. The Ten of Swords again. This person's having trouble letting things go, because when the Ten of Swords shows up twice, it's like double confirmation that there is something lingering here, like something that should have ended that's lingering here, that this person is a bit fixated on, And I have Missy Elliott in my head. I've been getting Missy Elliott a lot. I can't stand the rain. It's my window. And I can't stand the rain. I have no idea what that song is about. But I get the sense of like, the visual that came into my mind was like somebody looking out of the window. It's raining and they just can't stand it. They can't stand the way they feel. That's what it is. So that could be them. For a majority of you, it's them. It's all on their side. But it can be interchangeable because it's a general reading. But it's like someone couldn't stand the way things are, or can't stand the space that they were in. And yet the despise for the place that they put themselves in kept them a prisoner there. Does that make sense? So, by simple act of not wanting to be in that space, they created more space to be in that space. It was inadvertent. They didn't mean to do this. This person has been trying to look towards the future, but there's dissatisfaction here, okay? It's like knowing your worth, but then seeing all the reasons why you're not worthy, and this person may have fallen out of love, okay, in the past with you or someone else or themselves, or just had a hard time connecting with their emotional self. It's like they know that they're worthy, but their emotions didn't feel that way, is interesting. So that's all past energy. Let's go into perception and how you perceive each other, Aquarius. Remember that perception is surface level, so it's your truth, but it may not be their truth and vice versa. But we'll start there. So, Two of Cups, Four of Wands, King of Pentacles, Four of Swords. So, Aquarius, when you think about this connection, there's no doubt in your mind that this person is significant to you and is a soulmate to you, or a life partner for some of you, because you have the Two of Cups here, and this is your perception. So this is an important person in your life, okay? And that's how you see it. You see that the connection, you know, it could be fun. It can have some adventure to it, but it also provides a sense of stability and comfort that helps you to sleep well at night, okay? So I feel like this connection, you've come to peace with it, you know, with the way things are, the way you are, the way they are. Whether this person's still in your life or not, you've come to terms with whatever the situation is, and not just terms, because terms kind of has a negative connotation that you must accept what is, but you've come to peace with it, meaning you're okay with the way that it is, right? So, yes, and please ignore my dogs. I can't help it. I hope you're a dog lover. There's a delivery guy here, so they're barking. But, yeah, it's almost like, you know, it is what it is, but not in a negative way. It's like feeling peaceful with the way that the connection is playing out, or is currently in this given moment here. So let's see what this person's perception is of the connection currently. The Knave of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit. So this person's perception, Aquarius, is vastly, vastly different than yours, but so is their past energy, okay? So this will be interesting to get all the way through the reading as to why you're on such different pages. But this person sees the connection as something that they are envious of, is what I heard. Okay, so if you had an ending with this person, there may be envy here. For others of you, maybe not envious, but distrust in the commitment, distrust in what's real, you know, because this person feels a sense of being left out, okay, or feeling like they're not always a part of your life, or they're not a part of your life. Aquarius, I feel like this person, if you're not in a connection with them currently, they're definitely watching you, stalking you. You know, I hate to say the word stalking, because I doubt that there are many people out there legitimately stalking. But, you know, people get curious, online, stuff like that. But it could be. This person pays attention, right? They feel like there's deception within the connection, or they feel like you're being deceptive about what you're committed to, you know, or they doubt that for whatever reason. So you can see the contrast then, right? Between the way that you see, the way you see it and the way they see it. It's very different. All right, so let's go into genuine emotion. So Aquarius, underneath all of this, what do you genuinely feel towards the connection? What do you genuinely want? So this is your perception, but now we're going to go a level deeper to your emotional self. Emotionally, when you think of this connection, where does it place you emotionally? Okay, I heard vibrational escrow for some of you. If you watch Abraham Hicks, that will make sense to you. Some of you are in vibrational escrow. which is a great place to be. And I'll explain it in a minute. But when it comes to the emotions towards the connection, you feel completely disconnected from it. Almost like it's a learning experience more than anything. But you genuinely desire to feel satisfied, and to have satisfaction of everything that you're desiring, obviously. But I feel like you also, Aquarius, are covering up a lot of deep-seated emotions here, because there's the Seven of Swords and how you genuinely feel. And when the Seven of Swords shows up in your emotional self, that is a deceptive belief that you have in regards to yourself. So, Aquarius, some of you may fear that this connection has the ability to take away from you something that you've obtained, or to put you in this emotional space where you are disconnected from the things that bring you satisfaction and joy. Almost like, the way you think like this connection has the power to do that for whatever reason. And it may be because emotionally you have a lot of feelings or a lot of love for this person, but you don't trust it, or them. But what I get mostly is you don't trust yourself, so you genuinely disconnect and instead try to, I think, see the bigger picture, see the higher purpose, and yet at the same time, it's like you're trying to do the healthy thing by shutting off the emotional pull towards something that feels negative to you. But at the same time, your belief that this person has that power disempowers you, because they don't have that power, Aquarius. Nobody on earth has that power except you if you allow it. So maybe you don't trust self just yet to really show that, okay? So let's see what this person's genuine emotions are over here. Aquarius, underneath it all, when they think of the connection, what do they emotionally feel? All right, you got 2 cards. So they have the Death card, the Sun energy here, 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Holy shnikes. I said shnikes. I almost said a cuss word, but 777. This person lies to themselves as well. They genuinely want this to be over. They may even tell themselves that, because this is a lot of thinking about it being over. But on an emotional level, it's still very alive. All right. So emotionally, this person is genuinely wanting either change or something, or to truly have an ending here so that they can reconnect with their happiness. And that is their true heart's desire, to put an end to past bullshit or any type of confusion, deception, things that had someone on the defense, and just focus solely on their happiness and going from a creative place of feeling good and feeling happy. So their intention is set and their intention is good. They need to put an end to these old ways of thinking, these old beliefs, this old hurt that they keep bringing in to their future, into their now, and believe a different narrative, They need to do that. So I like that they are genuinely putting themselves in that emotional space, but at the same time, they don't believe it. They don't believe in their own power to change maybe the situation or how they feel. Because this person also, emotionally, when they think of the connection, it kind of discombobulates them. It confuses them. there's disappointment here. They feel lied to, you know, or they may have lied. There was deception involved because it's on both sides. And yet they want to be vulnerable. So they have a mixed bag here of positive and negative emotion towards the connection. It's like, you know, when we manifest with a mixed bag, meaning when we have mixed emotions going on about how we feel about a certain person or a certain topic, we tend to manifest things that are all over the place. We may seem all over the place to other people when we're coming from a place of mixed signals. This person has mixed signals in their energy. So it's like they're probably noticing it in their reality where they're having like really awesome manifestations or like really great days, really great feelings, and then, you know, they crash and burn, and then great, and then they crash and burn, and they great, and they crash and burn. And it's because they're sending mixed messages to universe. They may be sending mixed messages to you, and they are absolutely sending mixed messages to themselves by trying to change the narrative of their thoughts that aren't lining up with the way they actually feel. So let's see what the hope is. Aquarius, your hope, King of Cups. So you're hoping to stay in this sense of peace, to stay in this sense of alignment, enlightenment for some of you. You know, because I felt like in the past energy, that's kind of what it was about, was connecting with self and learning, Aquarius, that you don't have to be the boss all the time. You don't have to be the dominant force all the time, but that you can also be this very soft and empathetic and sensitive person as well. And learning how to combine the two has been really important to you during this whole process. And so I think your hope is to continue to emotionally mature in that way, and or to keep the peace in your life, period. So let's see what this person's hopes are here. I had the Queen of Cups there, but we'll see if it comes back out. Temperance and the Knave of Wands. So this person is kind of confused about what they hoped for. Okay, so the Queen of Cups wanted to come out, meaning they're hoping for softness or to be softer, or for you to be softer. But then they went back in the deck, and then what came out next was this fierce need to be independent. So this person may struggle with like this fierce need to be right, or to be independent, or to be self-sufficient versus being soft. So they're also learning that you can be both, you know. But they're hoping for passion, you know, and to be noticed. So let's see, most likely future outcome for Aquarius. Now keep in mind, all the future outcomes can be changed with free will. Okay, so I'm just giving you a snapshot, but you're in charge of your life, Aquarius, not me. So let's see. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, so 10 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, the Hierophant, wow, and the Knight of Wands. So Aquarius, this is a completion here. This is the 10 of Swords. Now the 10 of Swords showed up twice on their side, but in these two decks, they have a different meaning than this deck. This is freeing up space to invite new in. And what are you freeing up in your life? What are you ending in your life? This emotional drain, okay? This feeling of never being enough, and this feeling of never being enough. I know I just said that, but that's it, you know, because that's the only, I was going to say something else and the thought train totally stopped. So that's it. You're tired of feeling like you're never enough. So if this person over here makes you feel never enough or second best or, you know, yeah, you're letting that go. You don't want to feel that anymore. So that could mean for some of you letting this person go, or you have done that, or energetically giving up on it, emotionally letting it go, etc. Whatever the emotional drain is. Now, some of you, it doesn't have anything to do with this person. It's like self-induced. I don't know. I don't think you try to do it, Aquarius, but sometimes you just get really sucked into your shadow self, and that happens for all of us. And so you're making a conscious effort not to do that anymore, and you're okay with standing alone. And then Aquarius, what comes next is enlightenment. Yeah, the Hierophant. Having a higher understanding, going for what you want, feeling good about yourself, celebrating where you're at. And because you put yourself in that vibration, Aquarius, whatever matches that vibration is going to find you. So other people that are enlightened, other people that are ready for action, other people that are a match to you will come into your life in August, and you will notice that because you're paying attention, because it's been something that you've been working on. So what's this person's most likely future outcome? The King of Wands. The Devil. All right. The Lovers. The Six of Swords. The King of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Five of Wands. So I know that you guys can see my table. Did you see how these cards came out kind of on their own over here? This is a separate message that I'm going to read at the end because some of you have two different people you're dealing with here or showing up for you in August. So I'll come back to that. But this person's future energy is they want to be there for you. You know, they want to have a soft place to land or to be that for you. Some of them, they want to be that for you or for you to see them that way. And because they are obsessed about, people don't like when I use the word obsessed, but they're fixated on this, Aquarius. They're fixated on this loss. They're fixated so much on this ending that they haven't allowed it to end, and it hasn't ended. And this is so interesting because I actually went live last night because I felt inspired by one of the spiritual podcasts I was listening to, and I understood exactly what she was saying. And what she was saying is it's never done and it's never over and this is never it. And when we start telling ourselves that false narrative that this is finite or this is never going to change or, you know, I'm never going to get it done or I'm, you know, those types of thoughts create tension in us. They create tension in us because our inner being knows that that's not true. It's never done. It's never over. It's never period. It's never, you know, complete. Now, that doesn't mean relationships don't go through completion cycles. Yes, but your job as a human being and a soul and a creator is never done. So there's always something else. There's always another experience behind that experience. There's always another new beginning behind that closure. There's always something new. Now, this person is stuck on the idea that it's done or something's finite and that's it. And they have to live there, and they're living there, and they've been living there, and they've been living there. And because they've been so focused on that, they keep bringing it into their future experience and bringing it into their future experience. And the only thing standing between them and new is making the decision that it's not done. It's never done. It's only ever just a new day and a new beginning and a new experience. So Maybe your cross watchers will benefit from hearing that, Aquarius. Maybe some of you will, because it could be interchangeable. But the message is here. So it's so funny that that showed up last night and then it's here in the Aquarius reading. Again, you know, so I feel like, yeah, this person needs to get unfixated on that idea that is not the truth. They have decisions. They have choices. They're making choices. There are changes. They have made a choice. And there are choices to move forward, okay? For some of you, it's to emotionally detach from this connection because they think that they have to in order to have a new beginning because they don't understand that how it all works, and there are no endings and there are no beginnings, but only what is. But they haven't really, that hasn't dawned on this person just yet, Aquarius. So I do think that they're still fixated, or at least they are going into mid-August. But they are making decisions here, you know, and there is forward momentum. You know, it's just, is this person gonna bring the past into their future again? To be determined, because sometimes the Six of Swords is bringing that past pain with us. But it can also mean bringing the past lesson with us, which is different, right? We want to bring the lesson, but we don't want to bring the pain. We want to bring what we learned, but we don't want to expect things to repeat. So, yeah. So, like I said earlier, there was an additional message here. It could be a continuation of this one, or for some of you, you have two maybe separate people that you're dealing with during this time frame, but there's another energy here that's really protective and yet a little uncertain, or you may be a little uncertain about. There's a distraction here around this energy, and that's why I felt like it's a third party. So for a few of you, you have three here, like a third party situation, and that's what's causing the issue on this person's side, or the uncertainty in August, or this feeling of needing to be deceptive or to cover up how you feel or to cover up how they feel, you know, and that can create some instability if you're in that situation, Aquarius. But I think most of you, if that is what's going on, yeah, there's uncertainty here for sure. But let's go back to, you know, what your heart of hearts was thinking, which is, if that is the case, then you're trying to disconnect from one or both parties to find yourself here, because you don't trust yourself emotionally to make the right decision, because you still feel very emotional about it. And if that is what you're doing, for those of you with the third party, then I think that that's going to actually work out really well for you, Aquarius, because it gives you space, so to speak, to get back in tune with what you genuinely want, with what your higher self knows to be true. And it helps for you to finally put an end to feeling less than. And then you get to celebrate. And now I have that song in my head. Oh, it's time to celebrate. Oh yeah, 'cause it's a celebration. I didn't mean to sing the whole song, but get what I mean, you know? It's been a long road, right? Why not? Celebrate your successes along the way, okay? So, and in so by doing that, you create more success. When you celebrate your small successes along the way, you create more success, okay? So remember that. That's your advice, okay, for August. So Aquarius, I'm going to leave it there because this was really long. You could be dealing with Sagittarius. Here's the primary zodiac signs I see. Gemini, Capricorn, Leo, Scorpio, Virgo, Libra, Sagittarius, Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, another Aquarius possibly, Leo, Capricorn, could be Aries, All right, so those are the primary zodiac signs I see, but keep in mind it could be any zodiac sign because it is a general reading. Please do let me know if you liked this. Do give me a comment, like, share, and subscribe. When I hit 100,000, I'm going to do free live readings. So to help me get there, share, share, share. Also, please do check out my Facebook and my Instagram. I go live there. I go live on Facebook a lot, but you can catch the link down in my description box below if you want to catch me for some live chats. Also, if you like the jewelry that I am wearing today, you can get it for yourself in my sister's online boutique, also linked down below. Either way, wishing you the best, Aquarius. Till next time, my friends. Namaste.